I ate too much yesterday. I'm still feeling it. So, for Black Friday shopping today, you get to be my pack mule. Oh, come on. Any of you that's been to a convention, how many of you wouldn't want something like this to carry your stuff home? Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And now we are concluding our Studio 86 month with a look at one of the figures that I've had to hunt for a little bit. We have Sludge. Sludge is, of course, again, one of the Dinobots. It's been great to see the Dinobots get actual animation accurate figures. And like his brethren, he has the same backdrop as they all do, which is basically the courtroom that the Quintessons judge their fellow Autobots Hot Rod and Cup in. Of course, it was one of the more humorous scenes with the Dinobots, so they really gave it to those Sharkticons. So at any rate, here's Sludge, and of course, for comparison's sake, here's his Generation 1 counterpart. Sludge originally was released back in 1985. So he was among one of the first 3 Dinobots. Even though all of them came out in 85, Sludge, Slag, and Grimlock were released somewhat earlier than Snarl and Swoop. And all in all, it does seem to take a lot of its design cues from the original toy. Although I should have probably equipped him with the missile launcher, because I think that's what the gun is trying to emulate. But no matter. The Dinobots were famous back then for usually coming with more weapons than they could hold. I mean, Swoop and Slag at least had some creative means to hold all 3 of their weapons, hold all of their weaponry, but everybody else had to leave something behind. At any rate, let's get the old one out of the way here. We'll take a look now at Sludge's accessories. We'll start with his gun. Like I said, it seems to more be emulating his rocket launcher. Let's find out. I got the bag of pieces right over here. Off camera. Let's reach inside and we'll get the rocket launcher. Let's see, here's the Generation 1 rocket launcher. And here's the gun. Design-wise, not entirely, but it does sort of emulate it since the missiles on Sludges were done in a gold plastic. Well, the spring still works. And that's getting homaged a bit here with the gold paint on his gun. So that's a nice that's a nice little feature. Trivial, but nice. And while it shouldn't technically be a loose part, since it is removable, we'll use it as well as another loose piece to keep an eye out for, especially if you buy it used, and that would be the dinosaur head. The dinosaur head section is removable. This was mainly so that it was easier to package him into the box. So the head is kept as a separate piece. And unfortunately, if you're going to also keep the background in the box as well with him, the only way you'll be able to store Sludge is you will have to remove the dinosaur head. But we'll reattach it here momentarily. It's also a lot easier to look at his articulation if we don't have that head in the way. Sludge's head can turn from side to side, and it's on a bit of a hinge piece. That allows it to look up a bit. And we get his wing, these plates folded back a bit, and the plates pop free as well, so they shouldn't count as a loose part, but apparently they can, because they do come off very easily. His arms can go out to the side about so far, and they do rotate the shoulder all the way. But you will have to extend them outward to clear past these wings on his back. His arms do bend at the elbow, a little greater than 90 degrees. And he does have a swivel at the bicep. So he has G.I. Joe battle grip. He can be twisted here at his hips. His arms up all the way. And he can spread his legs into a full splits. He does have a bit of a thigh cut going for him here. You can raise the leg up at the hip 90 degrees and bend him at the knee 90 degrees. So all in all, Sludge here does have quite a range of motion. Okay, Sludge is relatively simple to transform. He's got a lot of steps involved in it, but he's really not that difficult. As you can see, we've got the head reattached. I want to make sure you all saw that it was back on there before we get started. Now to start things off, we bring his arms up, like so. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to rotate his hands so that they are upside down. Once they're like that, then you can fold them inside like that. Of course, once they've been done like that, then you can rotate them at the bicep so that the two prongs are pointing forward. And then kind of adjust them at the elbow so they're in this sort of a position. Now we're going to turn him around to the back side. We're going to fold up the dinosaur head a little bit. It's just more to get it out of the way so we can see these feet. So we bring them up a bit so they're out of the way. Then we can turn him at his waist so that he's standing in the other direction. Trying to keep him standing straight so I can keep an eye on the instructions as I change him. Now we're going to come down here to his feet. We'll take the sections with the gold pieces and we will fold them down like so. Because we're also going to fold down the sections that form the tail. Then we will raise up the leg coverings and fold them out to the side. Stuff like that, and then it folds over to the side. Then basically, once that's done, I'm going to start bending him at the knees a bit. Because we're going to start to fold over his legs. So they should fold up, and they should also come together. So we just got to get everybody to line up. Yep, there we go. Now they're starting to connect. Now that they've connected, get the legs together. Pause for a second so we knock the wing off. Okay, now we got the wing attached. We got to flip him over like this. And we're going to bring the tail section down and get it connected like so. Then we can fold these pieces that we had out, bring them down and together. Snap them together, but keep them upright for the time being. Because we're going to stretch his arm. We're going to come up here, stretch the arms up front. Then their section should pop free. Like that. Then we got to rotate it. Just it. May have to adjust things as you do, but there we go. Get everybody reattached back here. Once that's been rotated, you can then fold the chest section down. Like that. And it's got some holes in its side that should, if everything's going right, line up and connect. Form a nice solid connection. Got it on one side. There we go. Once we've done that, then we can come up here to the robot's head. We fold it inside like so. Then we can bring down and connect in the section that has the dinosaur head. There we go. Then we bring up the wings a bit, because we're going to come down here and we fold out the front dinosaur legs and snap them into position. Got to adjust this back end again. For some reason it's not staying put. There we go. Bring down the rear legs. Then we can bring along the front panels. These front wings can connect. Yeah, we're going to have to check things. Something's not right. I just had to shift things a little bit to get these to secure a bit. Didn't have them fully twisted right. Then to finish him off, we come back here to this open section. You're going to fold out the extra pieces. Once again, holding everything together, fold them down. Make some adjustments here, and there we have it, folks. Sludge in his dinosaur mode. And I must say, he does look pretty imposing in this mode. So let's face it, all the parts in here still function and carry out. I mean, you can always reposition the legs however you'd like. There we go. That should work a little bit more now. Now things have just shifted again on him. The front legs, got them there. You can shift, and they got the ankle, and they rotate at the elbow. And of course, his head, got the base of the neck, you got the head itself, and you can even open the jaw. There's even a little post in his mouth, so if you have some of the flame effects from many of the other toys, some of them will fit in there pretty good. Oh, and also, he's got some weapon storage down here. There's a couple of holes right there above that gold plating. And they should line up with the two posts that are here on his gun. So he can store his gun underneath him. Back the camera down a little bit, and you can see that works out pretty darn good. And of course, by the way, here is his Generation 1 counterpart in its dinosaur mode. So now we get to my thoughts. What do I think of Sludge? Well, Sludge wasn't always my favorite Dinobot. But I gotta say, this toy is a considerable improvement over the original. Maybe even over several of them that have been out. It's hard to say. I've not reviewed or handled many of the others. But this one definitely stands out as a pretty decent version of Sludge. It's got nice articulation in both modes. And it's got a lot less of the chrome that the original toy had, so you won't have that scraping off very easily through play. But of course, he's meant to be a display piece. And definitely, I think I'd love to track down some of them flame effects. So that would make a nice way to display him, with one of them spitting out of his mouth. Maybe Hasbro should have considered including one with him and many of the Dinobots, since they were famous in the cartoon for breathing fire. But they have made those pretty prevalent, so it's not like it's that hard or expensive to get one. At any rate, that's my review of the Studio 86 version of Sludge. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you like the content that we feature here on this channel, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, next month for December, we're going to finally be taking a look at some Legacy toys. I had a good run of luck at a local toy show this past month ago. So, we finally got all of Wave 2. So now, we can finally review them. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.